We on 18, 18. We on 18, 18. All about the semis. We on 18, 18. All about the semis. We on 18, 18, baby. All about the semis. We on 18. Man, we got a Peterbilt cab over. This thing is nice, man. I love the old school trucks, man. This thing is just crazy. Woo!
Later.
Yeah, man. So the guy says that he had this truck 17 years. Put the chrome on it. Is all these original? Yep. All had original lights. Yep. He said 17 years with a pile of bolts with the chrome on it. I like his check out the light post. That's cool. Yeah. Now, was it always stretched?
Used to be short. That axle was right up against here.
Oh, wow. So what does it take to actually stretch it like that?
It depends how you do it. There's a lot of different ways to do it.
Okay.
You just put your frame rails in and then just get longer ones and put on. I changed suspension and everything, so I put a cutoff from another truck on it. I just unbolted my old suspension, cut it where I wanted it, and mine's actually pieced together in between that spring angle.
How many inches? Because it looked like you went back a good little bit.
I put 45 inches in.
Wow. 40, wow. I bet you that ride is nice, though.
It is.
I bet you that ride is comfortable, because my truck is, I'm about 30, maybe close to 30, and but they had it ordered that way when the company I bought it from ordered it, because they used to pull like ambulance trailers, and they were beating the hell out of the sleepers, so they stressed it out, and I know that thing rides real nice. Now, did you have to do any work on the engine, or?
Oh yeah, I've rebuilt the engine a couple times at this point.
Wow.
Yeah. The problem is it runs good, but because it runs good, it generally don't last real long.
Yeah. So you have to rebuild it quite a few times.
Yeah, I do all my work myself.
Yes, likewise, good, smart man. Same here. Yeah, man, this thing is nice though, man. I mean, overall, you did a great job with it. So I just like to see these things, man. Yeah. Now, you had to install that for it too, or that was all part of it?
Yeah, so I got a PPO system on it. I put tankers also.
What do you see? How is that going, man? Because I know that the race has been crazy across the board for everybody, man, and
yeah, the rates are pretty bad. I'm fortunate I got pretty good direct customers and stuff like that help keep me afloat, but obviously I also don't have a huge truck payment anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, I got one more payment to make on this thing in 17 years to be paid.
17 years.
It's kind of funny. My trailer's a 22 and my truck's an 88.
Well, I mean, hey, and you've been running this truck the whole time? Once you rebuild it?
For the most part, like I drove it for a little bit. It's been retired a couple times off and on throughout the years, but I had one just like this that was a 99 model I drove for about 4 years. I sold it 2 years ago to a local boy that really wanted it.
Okay.
So it sat over that time and stuff like that. But for the most part, it's been my main squeeze for a long time.
Nice. I put you on the camera just so you know. I
don't care.
Okay. Well, it'll be on mine even better, and it'll be on my channel. Is all about semis. I'll leave you the info. You can check it out. I'm gonna publish it probably tonight and get it on there. But I was just talking about. I shot an episode where we were talking about, right now out of Florida, I know the reefers and stuff are starting to get ready to come in the season out here. But I know I'm out of Jacksonville, but I know I never can get anything out here, out of here. But
now, I'm fortunate. There's a place in Hood down here, and I do all right from out of down here.
Yeah. And you said a key word, those direct customers. That's a lifeline right now, man. That's where the lifeline is. And
You gotta know what you need, because some guys will go get a direct customer and they still haul stuff cheaper than they should be hauling.
but that's the problem, you know. Because I was looking on the board yesterday, man, and today, and I'm seeing loads coming out of here for like 90 cents, 80 cents, and they're putting it on there like it's okay. And I'm like, who's pulling this stuff, you know? Like, who is pulling this stuff?
Idiots.
Yeah, I mean,
A lot of people want to blame the brokers and stuff.
right.
And they're morally wrong for what they're doing.
Absolutely.
Right? But at the end of the day, these idiots are hauling. You know what I mean?
100% agree,
Like,
man.
If you just don't haul it, after a while they gotta start paying more. So you just don't haul it. You let it sit. People go, guys, listen, you're hauling stuff for $1, $1.50, even $2 a mile. All you're doing is wearing your shit out and not making any money. You're literally putting yourself out of business faster by moving the truck, and if you just sit around till you find something worth hauling.
I just did a video about that yesterday and last week. And I said, I refuse to pour anything. I actually did one that was called Stop Running for Fuel. But I feel like this. If I'm going to put something on my truck to run for fuel, the minute I put it on, my insurance is at stake. My equipment is at stake. I'm babysitting it. The risk, it doesn't make sense.
Here's how I always look at it. No matter where I go. I mean, if I'm going the whole way across the country, it's a whole different story. But in general, right? My rule of thumb is don't go anywhere that I can't afford to bounce home over these roads. Right? And I say that because you hear guys say, well, I'm just going to haul this to get me from here to here because it makes me a couple bucks. And at the end of the day, it actually ups my per mile for the week.
Right.
Well, the problem is you're actually compounding the problem that we have out here by doing that. Because if you hauled yourself a good load to get to here, but you got to get over here to get it.
Right.
Just bounce.
Right.
I realize that it's a hard concept for people to understand. To go, yeah, but my rate per mile, right? Your rate per mile this week. But guess what? That load that you went to get that was good. Next week you might go there and it might be cheap because some other idiot came in and hauled it cheap to get over here.
Right. And the problem is a lot of these guys don't even know what it costs them to run their truck. I asked some of these guys, I'm like, hey man, how much cost you to run your truck? And they're like, I'm looking at it like a deer in the headlights. Like, you should know. Case in point, I know just on the fuel side of it, we're talking about 62 cents a mile for my truck. That's just coming, and that's at $4 roughly.
Here's the other thing. I was gonna say, well, my truck will get 8 miles to the gallon. Okay, maybe it does. But you should figure your cost at 5 miles a gallon because sometime you're going to hit wind, you're going to hit weather, you're going to have some type of problem.
Right.
If you're pulling open deck, like you can haul something that don't weigh nothing and it sucks fuel because it catches wind like crazy. Right?
Absolutely.
So, like, I always figure my fuel cost at 5 miles a gallon. This truck
that's what I do.
cents.
I do the same. I do 5.5 is where I'm at, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm always right on because you ain't gonna be mad if you're a little over. If you got a little over fuel, that's money in your pocket anyway.
I went through and figured up my costs the other week, just rough ones, right? Not to the T. But I ran the last 2 years about 75,000 miles a year, right? But the Sprocket, me and my kids race a good motocross, so I got good customers, I do well, and then we go racing at certain times. So I take off quite a bit throughout the year.
Right.
But 75,000 miles a year with insurance, trailer payment. I don't have a truck payment, obviously. I figured I just threw in a high number, 50,000 in maintenance.
Right.
I didn't spend that,
Right.
but you know what? You could very easily in 1 year
Absolutely.
spend that or more.
Right.
Especially these new trucks with downtime and all the emissions and everything on.
Right.
You can sit somewhere and spend $50 in a shop with some guy to sit there with a computer and try and figure out what's wrong with it, right?
Right.
So I threw 50,000 in for that and everything else. And I was at over right around $2, if not more a mile for those costs. I don't even have a truck payment.
Right.
And these guys are out here going, well, $2 a mile, you can make money. No, you can't. Not today's day and age.
No.
When I started trucking 20 years ago, we were shooting for $2 to $2.50 a mile back then.
Right. And fuel was a lot cheaper.
Yeah, we were paying under $2.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
For $130,000 instead of $250,000.
Right.
Tires were $250, $300 instead of $700, $800 a piece and stuff. You know,
Absolutely.
everything is just through the roof. These guys are hauling for
Absolutely.
rates of 40 years ago.
Now, I was looking at your shirt. Are you out of PA? Yeah, I used to. I'm originally from Philly, so and my parents still live up there. So I ran up there about 2.5 weeks ago, and I noticed obviously the drastic difference in the rates, right? Drastic difference in the rates, and even at what you said, like you said, $2 is still hard. You know what I mean? I feel like if the fuel is, let's say,
rate per mile should be what the fuel is a gallon.
Absolutely, or I say 75% of
And
that.
here's the other thing too: you can't get completely caught up in the rate per mile because you can haul something that's $10 a mile. If it only goes 20 miles,
There you go.
and it takes you all day to do it, what did you really make?
Right, and that's a big part. But the other part of it is too, I was explaining to my friend that you got to look at sometimes if you go just a little bit under, whatever you haul throughout that week is going to average it out. If you're constantly pulling cheap freight, well,
Yeah.
you can't average bullshit.
Right.
You know what I mean? You can't average it. So I think that's a real key point that you definitely can't get caught up. Because I heard guys say that, too. Oh man, I got a rate, it was $6 a mile, but it went 50 miles.
Yeah. Like, okay.
Yeah.
So you wasted a whole day for $300.
Right. You know, you're almost better off taking a 100, 200 mile load and making the money. I mean,
Sit the hell at home.
yeah. I mean, I get it, man. I get it, man. But I appreciate you talking with me, man. I don't want to hold you up. You done it there. You shutting it down.
Yeah, I'm actually staying down here at a friend's place for the winter so my kids can ride. We're living in the camper in the backyard.
Nice.
So I'm
Me
going
too.
to run back there for the night, and I got one more tractor to pick up in Jacksonville actually tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Go up to PA and drop it off and come back there.
Nice. So you're staying up here throughout the winter while he's doing his thing. So he's racing out here? Nice, man. Yep. Well, like I said, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate the nuggets. This thing is cool as hell. I like that sprocket up there, man. There it is. Motocross of the year. Now, what is that there? Is that like a breather?
Air intake.
Yeah.
It's supposed to have a scoop on the top. It
I
cracked, so I got to weld it.
thought that was a breather. It looks like a breather. Sounds nice though. Sounds nice. Definitely sounds nice. Well, I'll get you that information, man. I'm gonna take another picture on the other side over there, and I'll get out your hair. You too, man. Yeah, this thing is cool. I bet you can get in some crazy spaces though with this thing.
It does get around pretty
I
good,
bet you can get in some. Yeah, that's one thing about these cab overs, man. They really got you can definitely get in some tight spots with these. They will bounce your butt over to sitting over that front axle though, but they definitely can get in some tight spots. Well, I appreciate my man giving us some good information and sharing his rig with us. And I hope you guys enjoyed that. And this is kind of stuff that we're gonna have on the channel this year.
Later.
We on 18, all about the semi.